Oh no.
Now I'm weighing them both at one time. I can't tell which one's heavier. You didn't kill this one, dude. You never
3
empty your
beers
beer.
We're definitely doing more, trying to do structured riffs as far as like the timing of the actual riff. Like I guess we're like White Lights, we're doing kind of like that stock verse riff, just riding that. You know, we're doing more of that shit rather than just crazy riff, then crazy riff, then crazy riff, then kind of going back to like the old school kind of style of writing, I guess.
And we also have that crazy, you know, we've always had crazy tempo changes and time signature changes that honestly like don't even make sense until, you know, we look at them once we record them like, how the fuck did we do
You
that?
are the only band I've
know.
recorded that is like within one song there can be like 6 to 8 tempo changes, and they're all. I mean, honestly, I almost learned something from it because they'll be like, you jump up like 10, and then you jump down like 25 or something.
It's like by 5.
And then you like go up by 10 again.
And I think a
and
big
for
part
whatever
of that,
reason though, it still flows and works.
It's the flow of the riff. It's how we play it live.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for us to come in here and like do the tempos just because we don't. We play with the feel of it, you know, and then once you have the click, it's it's tough.
Everything is as a band, we just naturally go up and down over. If you saw the metronome, it would just be floating all over it, and it's just one of those things where.
But when you record, you have to get forced into the metronome, and I have to map that shit out before we start.
That's when you find out, like, shit, all right, then we have to back some things up.
You can do the cool, like, dropping of the tempo within the riff, you know, you can make it slower.
Yeah, that's like, we just always played off feel.
Down.
So it's not totally off the mark.
We play drop feel.
There's a way to make it work with it.
But it has been.
It's interesting though. Like honestly, like no joke, I like learned something from this, especially this EP. It was more than your previous songs, at least from what I can remember, where there was a lot of tempo jumps that I felt like wouldn't. If you were to just say it out loud, you feel like it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
There should be like a certain formula, right? Like if there's a 240, you gotta cut it in half, and then what's the half between there, and you end up at 180, and that's only how it's gonna work. You can't go from 240 to 230 real quick.
Like I think next time, like we've got 2 new songs that are like, dude, we can come here tomorrow and just start recording. Like they're good to go, and I think we might do that. Like. Because I think we're going to end up doing another 4 song or 3 songs.
So you're going to keep rolling EPs?
Just for right now.
We've been jamming so long with each other. That's just how it's like a natural way of writing a riff to a drum beat in a way. It's just because if you add, I can see that where you just said if you had somebody else come in that was new and tried to learn, if they were told by word what that count is, and that's the thing is we don't even worry about that even. We just go riff by riff.
Right.
And so that's basically what you end up getting.
and a lot of times,
works. That's the thing is that's what's cool about it.
Yeah.
That's what
I feel like we
learned from it.
The riff
like, this can work.
The riff works after, and then we'll make it work somehow.
I mean,
it doesn't sound wrong when you listen back to the music. In fact, if I were to like tell people like listen to White Lights and tell me when you hear tempo changes, I bet you they would get a lot of them wrong, or they would underguess. Because there's just times where
it doesn't seem like
you only slow down by like 5.
There's so much.
Well, that's the feel part. Is like we don't notice it. Yeah, we don't notice it when we play a song.
It's interesting.
It's such a lie.
Play your riff, the chorus riff, basically, and I was just like, dude, I think these go together, man. And so, you know, we just threw them together.
At that point, we didn't even know what verse was going to be a verse. Or
like literally, all we had was those two riffs thrown together. We're like, that's something to work on for sure. And then it turned into what is my favorite song on the EP for sure.
I love how that song starts because.
Can I get a fucking oh yeah?
A fucking oh yeah? You did.
It's forced. You forced it, dude. Oh yeah.
Let me start.
How did the songs progress when you're like in the studio, or did they basically turn out exactly how you planned? How does that?
We had most of it down and everything, but I think when it came to after the drums were done and we were laying down guitars and stuff, we found that things were laid down that were like what you call post production.
Yeah, there was a lot of post production that we didn't realize, you know, that we wanted to do, and honestly, like you brought up a lot of great ideas, Ben, to you know, enhance the EP in a lot of ways. And you know, we came in with pretty much a finished product in our minds, but you know, having that other like kind of producer engineer mind, the outside view there, that helped us a lot in many ways, you know, to you know, add little harmonies, add vocal parts, you know, all around.
Sometimes the harmonies get carried away, but I'm like, let's do.
You know, if there's not 8 harmonies, then is it a harmony?
Let's do one more. I do enjoy that. I appreciate you guys coming in and having an open mind, you know, because like it can get weird sometimes when you're recording. How much feedback does a band want? You know, am I just the engineer or producer, or how do I act in that sort of sense, right? I think we have enough of a relationship that it works out in that way that I can, I don't know, kind of express my ideas, and whether they would roll with them or not.
You just got that ear, man. If you hear that certain part and you're like, hey, you guys should do this, and then we follow through, just like the vocals on White Lights.
Vocal things.
The
callbacks.
The callbacks, echo stuff's like, dude, they never even thought of that. Just like, now I want him to like do that live, you know, like.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be something we do live now from now on, you know. Like,
that would be cool.
Because it's a big part of the song. It's
That's
just
a
that little
staple now.
hook that comes through with that. It's real nice and
that room alone sounds so good. You have enough room in there to set your whole kit up, and it's not too big or too small. It sounds great, and you're able to communicate with each other easily, and you can't go wrong. I love it. It sounds great.
And you know, and Brett's always amazed me because like he's never like actually played guitar, but he I guess
he's written riffs
like
with his mouth.
13 years ago I think he started playing guitar.
He
will write it. He will literally have a riff in his head, like a little like melody or
do
something.
This instead,
and he'll be like, it goes it's on the 10, on the D, a 10, 8, and then slide down to the 4, and it's like, how the fuck did you know that? Not even like knowing how to play guitar, bro. Like, it's crazy, man. Yeah, he'll come with some crazy melodies and shit. And he actually had some influence on some of the solos, especially on my part, you know.
I enjoy studio magic to a certain degree, right? I expect a band to like be ready.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm never opposed to taking the time to kind of like see what happens. You know what I mean?
Especially if you're digging it and you're like, man, this would sound cool.
Especially if I know,
like
it's sometimes I just like,
you can't help it, man.
This is gonna sound good.
Yeah.
Can we just try it? You know.
And we're the band that will always be like, well, fuck yeah, dude, because we don't, you know. we don't like have creative differences. Like everything we write, it's pretty much just, yeah, man, that's a cool riff. Like I don't think I'd bring a riff to the table, or he'd bring a riff or a beat to the table that we know would just be ass, you know, just
well, then
kind of write
sometimes you
together
really
like that.
you're like sure it's gonna sound good,
and then
you try it and it doesn't. And
yeah,
you're like,
I've done that.
actually, never mind. Delete.
Yeah, let's fucking go back.
Especially
to
when recording. Yeah.
But that's the part. That's the easy part about it, is that there's no reason to not try it, you know. And a lot of things you said we tried and it turned out way better than what we had, you know. Just added something on, and it
you
helps.
need that outside, you know, spectrum or whatever you want to call it, the outside voice, the outside mind. Just because we play the songs, you've heard the songs hundreds of times, but you know, writing it, we've obviously burned out on it, you know, the song. So it's nice to have that fresh new input, especially you being a musician and knowing and just knowing music in general. It's just like, you guys should do this, boom.
Well, and it's always been like a good atmosphere too, that like you can work in here and not feel like you need a rush, you know, because you got to hurry your time up, and
you got the time,
you know. Yeah, you made it feel like we had the time to try new shit, you know, and you threw some ideas out there. We tried them, we liked them. Some maybe we didn't go with, whatever, but you know, it was always a relaxed like atmosphere, but at the same time, like we got shit done in the time we needed to, you know. Our EP we just recorded with Ben at Axel Harvey Studio is going to be coming out in July. Look forward to it in December.
You fucker, you're doing great. Down to brass tacks. Does your music video have any titties in it?
Nippleopolis.
We're going new age Nicolas Cage.
Hey, shout out to Nike for hooking me up with the dope ass lemon pepper steppers.
But with the EP like being all finished up, because I know I'm fucking done on my end.
Dead ass. You good?
I'm good, bro.
All right,
I don't got no more left.
We got. I'm thinking about dead babies and shit, so we're good. You guys got a sick fucking band. That's the goddamn doctor.